Hey there, let's talk emoting. It's one of the kind of mysterious things that students often wrestle with, and even very proficient students tend to get what I call note salad. So they can play their piece, but it sounds like a bunch of disjointed notes as opposed to a musical phrase. And so what is the difference between and? Sure, you could go down the 900-point checklist and say, well, the notes were a little bit more connected together, but there's something else. There's an intention, a kind of overarching feeling that is placed on the entire phrase. And in discussion with my chamber music coaches, and then the other day I was at an ASTA meeting talking to Daniel Heifetz, and he was talking about the importance of the sniff, of the in-breath right before you play. And this is the first thing that we're going to introduce when you talk about emoting. So here's a little quiz. I'm not even going to play the first note, but I want you to guess what mood I'm trying to impart. Ready? Okay, that's the first one. How about this one? Okay. And last one we'll do. So I don't know if you could hear the in-breath, but this is what I call the invisible bow. It's not even invisible, is it? It's inaudible, but the term has stuck. You breathe in and you inhale the feeling, notion, or vibe you're trying to impart. So, and when you do that, you take a bow that's essentially like the pickup to your first note. So if it's, we're just going to take something that's in 4, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And so it could be, if you're playing something that was punchy, 1, 2, 3. Or if it was same speed, but you want it to be very calm, tranquil, nostalgic, let's say, 1, 2, 3. So that inhale, that initial inhale, is really important to set the tone for the first note and the impending phrase. So, and breathing is also really important. And what happens when you don't necessarily want to emote? For instance, if you're practicing as opposed to playing, and you do sometimes need to practice emoting to kind of like map out a piece, but in general your practice, you're going to be playing at a slower tempo, or maybe you're going to be going over and over again like a particular passage, and you don't want to emotionally tax yourself. You actually do want a particular emotion, and that emotion is calm. So when you're practicing old crunchy, it manages to be musical and practice at the same time, and it's a good escape from note salad. It's a new level of musicianship, and it's also an awareness of your body and the spirit of the gesture. So that's a little introduction to the sniff, and I would love it if I would get some emails or video responses from this showing me your attempt at doing it, or even asking me to guess what emotion you're trying to impart with your sniff and invisible bow. That would be really cool. What would not be cool are comments that are kind of gnarly, nasty, or unkind, because I'm not authoritative. I'm just showing what I've got so far. Even though I've been a teacher for over 15 years, I'm still learning. But if you're going to write to my YouTube channel and insult me, then you better have some pretty damn good videos up on your channel. And from what I've seen, that has not been the case. So with that, I leave you with